So we have discussed about what is Mendeley software. It is a reference management software, as we all know that. You have already installed the Mendeley desktop or the Mendeley reference manager on your desktops. I hope so. Mendeley can be installed on the desktop, and Mendeley can be installed on your Mac, or even if on the Android phones. We have discussed about different features last time regarding how it is acting as a library, how we can just go with the annotations and highlighting of the different files within that, how it can be used for the collaborations, how you can just share the different research papers or the articles with your networks, for with your colleagues, with your friends in your library, how you can just cite and go for the bibliography generation, right? So we have already discussed about the library structure, that how you can just sign up for the Mendeley online, how you can just download the Mendeley desktop, how you can just build your library for the same, right? This was the Mendeley desktop overview we have just given last time. There are three things. The very first is your library structure, right? Where we can just add, remove the different articles. These we can just sort them into different folders. We can create folders, we can delete folders. We can bifurcate them according to the classification. Here we can just find out the different references, the year of references. And the third one was we can just see the details of all the reference papers, right? So we can drag and drop the research papers into Mendeley desktop, right? We can add manually all the documents or through the watch folder. We have already discussed about the watch folder there. Okay, we can just add the new research through web importer. We have discussed about Mendeley web importer, right? How we can just create the research catalog through online, how we can just see the document details, right? Where we can just find out the web importer on our Chrome or desktop. So all these things we have discussed. How we can just organize our library, right? So not going into detail now. We will just go on with the hands-on session, right? Hopefully, I hope that you have installed Mendeley, right? Now I'll just open Mendeley desktop here. Can you just see my screen? I'll just share my screen now, complete screen, so that can you just see the screen here?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I'll just open Mendeley desktop here. Now you can just see this application with this sign, right? Mendeley desktop with this icon, red icon here with M. I'll just click on it. As I have already saved my password and login ID here, that is my email ID. So it is directly opening, right? So here you can just see the whole desktop here, right? With the library in the form of library. These are all the research papers here. Now, the very first, I have just told you that all the documents we can just see in all documents, right? Whether we have saved them into different folders or not. All these publications we can just find in all documents, right? You can just see here, right? Then recently added, when you just click on recently added, it shows all those in the last 30 days what new articles you have just added into your library. So you can just see on 17 June the articles which were being added, it is being shown here. Recently read also, it shows what kind of articles are being read by you. Even star mark, we have just put a star mark here, which are very important research papers. uh, Favorites, indirectly or directly, we can say all those papers which we want to just reach out again, we just put a star on them, right? These are my publications. I have not just put those publications here. I've just created different what we'll say folders here. You can just add a folder here. You can just see this icon, create a new folder, right? You can just add a new folder and put all those research papers. Suppose I want to write some papers on demographics. So all those papers that are related to demographics, I have just added in this folder so that I have not to search them again and again in all the documents. I want to know all those research papers which are related to higher education sector. I've just added them into this folder, right? So in this way, this is the simplest form how you can just mold your library, how you can just add your research papers here. Now suppose I have to add one paper here related to learning, right? I know I have saved on my desktop. I can just open it, right? And it will be added here, right? If I just want to add them in my all documents, I can add into them also. If I just want to drag that paper into some other folder, I can also do that. Like suppose you want to drag it into career growth, you may go for it, right? So drag and drop facility is also here. Is it clear? So I think this we have already discussed in the last session also. Is it clear to all?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So every time I have also told you that whenever you just make any kind of change in your Mendeley software, just go for this sign synchronize, right? You have to synchronize it because it will synchronize your Mendeley desktop library with the online library, which you have just signed in, right? You can edit, you can view. Now, directly coming, I'll just show you two or three things online, which I have already opened here. How you can just download the Mendeley software for the desktop. I've just shown you mendeley.com. On Google, when you will just type mendeley.com, you will get this screen, right? As I have already opened my account here, so this is showing the screen. You may download it now for the Windows if you have not downloaded, and you can just get it installed on your desktop. Secondly, it can be downloaded for Mac also, and it can be downloaded for the Linux also. Then I have already told you that whenever we have to work on the Microsoft Word, you have to just install this site, Mendeley site from the Microsoft App Source, right? By clicking on it, you have to sign in with your email ID and password, and it will get installed. Icon will be just coming in your Microsoft Word, right? I'll show you. Then web importer, I have just told you about web importer. If you will just put Mendeley web importer, this the complete website will just come, and you have to just install it. Get web importer for the Chrome. Why we have to just install it? Sometimes what happens, there are online articles on the websites or online which are available, and how to just we just cannot convert them into PDF files, right? And get it into the library of Mendeley desktop. So what we do, we can directly get the citation from those articles to our Mendeley desktop. You can just see this icon which we have installed, Mendeley web importer. As you can just see it on the Chrome. When I just click here, right? So it opens, it just takes some time, right? And it opens a page here. Now suppose I'll just open one example for the same. Suppose I just want to know about employee engagement articles. right? Online. I just open this. Now this is an online article, right? Now I don't have a PDF file for the same. I can just view it here. So what I will do, I will just go for this Mendeley web importer, right? Now you can just see this Mendeley web importer is opening, right? And it's showing what to add, right? It's still going on. Just 1 second. Okay. So you can just see what is the name of the article here, how companies can improve the employee engagement right now, right? So 9 references are detected on the page. Just 1 second. Again, so this article is not available here because yes, it should be available. Okay, its PDF is not being found here, right? Some other references are found here. At the end, so we can just add from here the reference we are finding, right? And we can add it into PDF is not found here, so we can just add it into our Mendeley's library, right? One method is this: when we just go for any online thing, and when we just open our Microsoft Word document, 1 second. Okay, so whenever we just open this Microsoft Word document, you always have to go at references, right? Whenever you just go for the references, now we have to just insert citation. Some of the students last time were asking me about their referencing styles, Blue Book law reviews, right? Have you just got the answers for those questions? Are those students here in this session? Were you able to use that Blue Book reviews? Can you just hear me? Are you just listening? Can you just hear me all?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, suppose.
Actually, you are posting in the chat box.
Okay, you can also speak up because these features are not available at the top right now because I'm working uh, hands-on session, right? So you can just speak it up, what you are just writing down. Okay, now what we can do, we have to go for the Mendeley site, right? I've written something here, right? Now I want to just cite this. Okay, again, it's asking for my password. 1 second. So whenever you are just going for the Mendeley site, it will be asking your password and sign in options again and again, right? Whenever you will just open your Microsoft Word. So I'm just selecting randomly this paper here, right? For the citation, I'll just insert one citation, right? Now I just want, okay, I'll just add the bibliography also. 1 second. Okay, insert bibliography. Okay, continue. Now I will see the citation styles. Now you can just see here which citation style is there right now. Can you just speak up? Anybody? What citation style is being used here right now? Where is my
APA 7th edition.
Yes, very good. APA, that means American Psychological Association 7th edition, right? Now we want to just change the citation style, is it? Last time we were just searching for which citation style. Can you just tell me? We were just searching.
ILI Blue Book.
Okay, we were searching for a blue book, right? Suppose it's showing this citation style is not supported, right? Because it's connected to online. We will just cross it. Now what we will do, we will go with these references. I have already selected this blue book law. Now the icon here, that means you have to remember one thing, that sometimes what happens, Mendeley site doesn't support your referencing styles. So we have to go for, can you just see this icon, Mendeley site-o-matic? Can you just see it? Where is my cursor?
Yes.
Okay. So for those referencing styles, you have to go for Mendeley cytomatic, right? Here, what we have to do, we have to go into Mendeley again. And in order to just go for your citation, you have to go for view, right? Then you have to go for citation style. As you cannot see, Blue Book Law Review I have already installed here, right? I'll just show you the other one. You have to go for more styles, right? What I have done to just install your referencing style, we have to go for now these when we have just gone into this installed styles, that means all these are already installed and some of them are also showing that update is available. Update is available. So we can just go for that, right? We can just update them. Now we want some other styles. So we will go for get more styles. Now we have to add blue book review. I have already installed Blue Book inline. I have already installed. There is one sign of install. So I have just clicked on that installed, and now we have to just click it, use this style, right? Done. Now what we can do after installing it, we will just go here in the references. Now, whatever we have written now, I just want to change it in some other style, like suppose Blue Book Law Review style, right? So the bibliography will be installed. One second. Okay, till now we were having American. Now we have to just go for Blue Book Law Review style, right? There is one more problem here. Use this style, download. Okay, there is some problem here. Okay, we have to just write down the citation here for a new one. Variance. Suppose we are going for this one, right? Yes, it's showing the citation style. It has adopted the citation style here. You can just see 1, 2, right? We have not written the matter here. So what we will do, suppose we have written introduction. Now we want to just go for the citation style, insert citation. It has already added the number for the same, right? This is the style of Blue Book Law Review, right? Because we have already selected it here. And now we will have to just insert the bibliography for the same. So we will just put a cursor where we want a bibliography. Now suppose I want to have my bibliography here, so I'll just add insert bibliography. Now this is the this is what is the style of Blue Book Law Review. Is it clear? Is it clear how you have to just install your reference style? Is it clear? Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So what we have done, we have just gone into view. We have just gone into citation style, right? And we have just gone into more styles, right? Get more styles. Then we have just typed the type of style we just want, right? Uh, one style was more. You have just told me about that. Oscola. What was the style that last time we were just having a discussion on that? Can anybody tell me? Please have it in an interactive.
Oscula and ILI.
Okay, can you just speak out the name or scholar? OS.
COLA.
Let us just try. So we can just find it here, right? Or scholar, Oxford. So what we can do, we can just use this style here, right? Or scholar, Oxford. And once we have done it, so we can just move into this. Again, we can just write something. We can just change the referencing and let us see is it having or not. Or scholar, right? You use this style. And now we will use, again, it's showing Blue Book Law. Okay, it's not showing a scholar style. Let us see Blue Book Inline and Oscola is here or not. Once we have just got the different styles, use this style. Okay. Okay, let us just see whether the style, okay. Now we can just see the style has changed to Oscola, right? Now we will just insert a citation here, right? Suppose any paper I am selecting just randomly. Now this is the Oscola style, right? Reference it has already added, as you can just see, right? Again, insert bibliography, it has just duplicated. One thing more, when you are just writing something and adding the different citations on referencing, you don't have to just again add insert bibliography. Automatically it will just add bibliography, right? So this is the Oscola Oxford style. You can just see here it is selected Oscola Oxford style, right? Clear? Everybody is clear?
Yes.
Okay. So in this way, you can just add the particular style you just want to get in. One thing more, I have just told you about the different tools here, right? 1 second. Whenever we just open any kind of paper, right? Suppose we are just opening this paper. Now, last time also I've just told you that whenever I just find anything important, I can just highlight it. Like suppose I want to just highlight this, right? Material in any color you can use, right? Suppose I have used yellow color here. Yellow color is what I have read. And some other portion which I have not read yet, I can use that color, right? For the same, for highlighting. So in this way, you can just highlight it. You can just zoom it, right? You can just zoom out for the same. You can just make it full screen from here, right? You can just put a note here, right? I've just told you about how you can just put a comment, right? Like suppose I just want to put that this information is incorrect, right? So in this way, you can just add here the comment. Again, when you will just open this paper, you can just find this information. Is it clear? Okay. One thing I would like to just tell you that there are certain papers in which the information is not correct. Whenever you just upload these documents into this Mendeley library, there are certain papers where the information is not correct. Suppose this paper. Can you just see this paper? I'll just put a star here. Can you just see this paper?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So you can just see the some Urdu words here and some English words here, right? And we just want all the information, correct information. There is no year like 1369 cannot be a year of publication, right? So what we have to do, uh, look, this is not a research paper, right? Okay, I'll just find out some other research paper which is having some wrong information, right? Suppose this is one paper. Okay, this one. Can you just see it? The research title is not there, complete title is not there, author's name is not there. We don't know that author's year of publication is correct or not, right? So we will just click on it. After clicking on it, you can just see that this is a research paper, but the information here is incorrect. So what we have to do, it's asking here whether the details are correct or not, right? So we have to just add these information manually, right? So before going further, uh, any doubts?
No, ma'am.
Okay, till now. Okay, I was just seeing if any doubts were there. Okay, so whenever we just go, if we just find that author's name is correct, year of publication is correct, so we just interact with this Mendeley software and say that yes, details are correct, right? Otherwise, what we'll do, we just whether it's okay. Can you just tell me this is a research paper or this is a thesis paper or this is some other dissertation report? Anybody? Anybody? It should be. It can be wrong. Do tell me, is this a research article or is this a research report or what is this? Dissertation?
Ma'am, it is written research.
Yes,
Can be a research paper.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. It's a research paper, right? So we know that this is a research paper and it is being written by these authors, right? So the
Yes, ma'am.
very first point it is asking is that journal article. Yes, this is a journal article. We will select that. Then we will write author's name. Now it's guiding us that first of all we have to write the last name and then we have to write the first name. Is it? So what we will do, we will just write the last name, that is John, John, and then we will write the first name. What is the first name? G. G dot, right?
Yes,
Again,
ma'am.
again it's asking, okay, next person. It's asking what is the name of the next person, though, so we can just write Ramya, and then again the last name and dot, right? So in this way, we can just write their complete details. Is it? Now, what is the journal? Journal, we have to just copy the details of the journal from here, where this is Golden Research.
Ma'am, in that it's Ramya N, right? So why the N is showing first? Okay, that will.
Yes,
Okay.
when it will show the right, correct, when we will just put that there, right? It's not showing the complete details here due to the shortage of what we,
Space.
right? Even if you'll just write the complete name, it will automatically take the first name and the last name, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So suppose I have written here G dot John and N dot Ramya. Automatically it will take. Automatically sometimes it doesn't take. right? So you have to be particular
Yes.
about that, right? Okay.
Yes.
Next, you have to just put the journal name, that is Golden Research Thoughts, right? Then in which year? 2017. It's right. Volume is 6. Issue is 7, right? We have to correct it. We have to delete the wrong information, 7. And yes, pages. If the pages are being given, then we have to write the pages. That is 1, 2, 3. So this is the shortest research paper which I have seen. Is it? Okay. Authors, now we can just write down. Suppose there is a single author. I'm just writing it. Ramya, just to guide you. And dot, right? So suppose this is, now details are correct. Now what we will do, I have already told you that we have to just go for synchronize, right? Once we will just put this button synchronize, you can just see here, it is going for 100%. And now we can just use this in our Mendeley software. Now suppose I just want to add this paper in my references. What I will do, the research paper's name is not written here. Yes, the research article is faculty engagement, the need of the hour, right? So I just want, please mute your mic. I want to add this reference here, right? So I will just go for the insert. Okay, let us just go for the new one, right? So I'll just go with the references here, insert citation. I have just I've just copied and pasted the name of the research paper here. Now you can just see the complete research paper details will come here. 1 second. Right? And okay. Citation has come here, although I have not written anything before it, right? I should have written something. And then after, I just want this as a reference in bibliography. So we will just go for insert bibliography. So you can just see after adding the insert bibliography, this reference have came into Oscola in the Oscola style. Is it clear? So if the reference is wrong, then the wrong reference would have just came here. Is it clear till now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So let me just see what was left here. So do tell me one thing, whether you have all installed all these things, Mendeley site. Have you just installed Mendeley site in your documents?
Yes.
Okay. Have you just installed the Mendeley desktop?
Yes.
Okay. Do tell me one thing. I would like to ask this question. How you can just synchronize between the online library of Mendeley and the Mendeley desktop? Can you just tell me?
We should make a first of all login ID on that. Then we can open from any site, anywhere, from any place, I think.
Okay. Mendeley reference manager. Yes. When you will this one is a separate thing which we are doing, right? This is our library on our desktop. That means we are talking about our laptop, or we are talking about our computer, right? Now I've just told you that you forget your laptop at home. Now you want to just open your library and you want to do your work. What you will do, you will just go online, Mendeley reference manager, right? You will just click on it, right? You can already see that my account is already being opened here. Now I will just go to library. And you will be surprised to see that all the references recently added, recently read, my favorites, my collections, my different folders are automatically saved and prepared here. Is it clear? Clear or not? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you just see it? This is the online library. Only thing I must know is that my password and my email ID, which I have used for the Mendeley desktop, right? So it is not necessarily that you must have a Mendeley desktop. Your laptop should be carried on, right? You can just work on this also, and whatever work is being done here, you have to just synchronize it again, although automatically it is being synchronized. And whatever work you do here or add or subtract here, your work will be updated in the Mendeley desktop. That means desktop, why we are saying on your laptop. Is it clear? Is it clear? You can just see recently read papers, right? So what was the recently read paper here? Ramya, isn't it? It is showing on the #1 position that we have just read this paper. Is it clear? Although it may take time, to update here, but it has already updated here. I have just put the name Ramya N and the details here. Even you can just change the details here also, right? If you will change the details here, it will change the details on the Mendeley desktop here. Is it clear, students? Clear or not? I cannot hear your
Yes,
voice.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
You should just speak with enthusiasm. Okay, any doubts still here? Now there are some other things also here. Now suppose what you have, you just want to find the duplicates here. Sometimes what happens, when we just upload different papers, right? So we, by mistake or unintentionally, we just upload them once, twice, or thrice, right? We don't know. So it shows the number of duplicates, right? So it shows that how many papers or what kind of set we are having duplicates here. It is showing what papers are being added, which are similar, right? Is it clear? Now, coming to the trash, when we delete something, right? This paper is being deleted by me, right? But it will be in trash for again for the next 30 days. After 30 days, as it is being deleted from your emails or it is being deleted from your computer, right? So this recycle bin also just empty itself. Is it clear? In collections, we are having, as it is showing here, collections, we are having different folders on the Mendeley desktop. So there is not much difference here, but this is the term that is synchronized. We have to just synchronize it again and again. So this one, now you have to search something, right? You want to just search what we'll say, this is my library. This is all documents, right? This is recently added. Now I just want, somebody told me that you just find that paper of Ramya, right? I'll just go with Ramya. It's not in recently added, right? I'll just watch it in all the documents. First, I'll have to clear it. Now I'll just put here Ramya. Ramya. Can you see this paper? It has highlighted it. Is it? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Right? So if this author has worked in some other papers also, it will show all the papers of that. Suppose if I say Singh, so it will show many papers of which Singh I am talking about. If I am talking about Yuvika Singh, right? So it will show all the papers which are having the authors of what we'll say Yuvika Singh, right? Is it? Now there is one more search option, but which you can just use here. Can you see this icon here at left hand side? Filter by authors. Can you see it?
Yes, ma'am. We can see that.
there are 4 options here: filter by author keywords, filter by authors, filter by my tags. Sometimes what happens, we just put tags into, last time also I've shown, filter by publications, right? So if you know the publication name, you can just put it here in the search, suppose, or otherwise you can just use this author search, right? This is in alphabetical order, right? So you can just find the author's name here, right? Is it WT? From here you can just search it. And one thing more, if you just want to just put any kind of keyword, suppose I just want to find all the papers on creativity, I'll just put here, right? Because I just want the papers on creativity. So what I'll do, I'll just add creativity. Now all the papers related to creativity will come here. Can you see? Creativity word is being highlighted here. Is it? So I can just search, I can just put I can just click on them. I can just open any of these papers. Okay. If I have to search some other term, I can just search that term also. Like suppose I just want to just search upon some papers which is showing the word engagement. So I cannot find any paper here. Okay, so these are some of the papers on those. Now I want to see creativity and engagement. You can use two words also, right? So all those papers who are having both these terms, these papers will highlight here, right? So in this way, you can just go for the research or search work. So this one is being done here. Tools we have already discussed. Okay. Any doubts till now?
Ma'am, I have one question.
Okay.
Ma'am, should we use Boolean here also? Like in some research engines, we use Boolean.
In search engines, you are asking.
Right, I'm like also Manupatra, etc. We use Boolean like and or. So is there use of Boolean here also?
Yes, you can do it. Like suppose I have just used to, right, creativity and engagement, right? I've used this term here. Now, but what happens? It is taking it separately also. Whenever you just go for such kind of searches, you can just see here, it was showing creativity separately, engagement separately, isn't it? Creativity here, it's showing the paper on creativity, engagement separately.
Yes, ma'am.
Even if I'm using this term, na, it's showing it separately, right? So we have to just, sometimes we have to be clever about that. We know that all these softwares are having advantages and disadvantages, right? All these softwares cannot be perfect. So once we know that what kind of disadvantages we are having here, so we should not waste our time on that. So practice as much, give as much time on these softwares, right? Make yourself this software savvy, so that you may do your work very quickly. But the most important thing is that, suppose if you know about the research papers, now suppose I know the name of the research paper, right? I can just type the name of research paper here, and then exactly it will show the same details. Even one thing more, all those research papers who are published in 2016 also, right? I can get here. Sometimes what happens, it shows the details uh, in references. If somebody is using 2016 in its references, it shows that also, right? But we have to see the first 2 lines only, where the authors are having the published date. Is it clear? So in this way, look, we can just find out all those papers which are being published in 2016. So we can just put filters here in these cases. You can just see notes also here. If some paper is there, you just want to have prepared some kind of notes here, right? So you can just put or write some kind of notes here so that you can use that in your Word files. Is it clear?
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. It is clear.
Okay. So any doubts till now, or this was all about your referencing, how you just insert bibliography, how you just go for Mendeley site and web importers. Are you just now savvy regarding that web importers? Okay, I've also told you something about groups. Can you just tell me what was that? This one. Anybody who has just attended the last session? No one? Anybody is having any idea? I was talking about the network system here. Okay, let me just see if there are some questions in the chat box. Yes, please speak, because sometimes what happens, I just float away this above feature, right? So that I can just see my full screen. It's for who are working together. Very, very good. Jyotsna Shukla is right, right? So I can't speak. I'm in silent zone. I've